Hi, and welcome to this live reading from Theodore's Ring by Stacy-Deanne, and this is presented by Itsy Bitsy Book Bits. Chapter 1, San Jose, Costa Rica. Cam, 33-year-old Lydia Quarter, busted into the two-story flat she shared with her boyfriend, Cameron Griffin, 10 minutes after receiving his text. "Cam, are you okay?" She ran up the carpeted stairs. The aroma of Cam's favorite honey and oat granola bars hit her the moment she entered the master bedroom. Everything seemed in place except for his cell phone peeking from underneath the magenta sheet. Lydia grabbed it with shaking hands. Fuck. Cam went nowhere without his phone. A figure in all black shot out from the hallway and pounced on her. "Help!" Lydia struggled as muscular, hairy arms secured her waist. "Help! Somebody help!" A giant gloved hand covered her mouth as she gurgled a scream. "Don't be stupid." The black ski mask muffled his light Spanish accent. "You going to be a good girl?" She nodded. "Do what I say and you won't get hurt." He tossed her on the bed and jumped on top of her. "No!" Lydia wiggled, his burly body smothering her slim frame. "Don't do this." His obsidian eyes glowed with sin. "Do what?" "This," she panted, her long copper-brown weave getting into her mouth. "What do you want?" "I thought I knew." His hand cruised from her shoulders and onto her heaving breasts. "Now I'm not so sure." "Stop!" She kicked and bounced. "Get the fuck off me!" "Oh, I heard you were a feisty one." He smoothed his hand across Lydia's arm, the overhead light forcing out the yellow undertones in her brown skin. "You don't disappoint, do you?" "Do it," she jerked underneath him. "I dare you." He gaped. "I'm not some woman you can just push around," she wriggled. "Been through hell and back in the last year, so there's nothing you can do to intimidate me." "Is there something we can do to Cam to intimidate you?" She lifted her head. "Where is he?" He glided his fingertips through her hair. "He's safe." His fat tongue dangled from between his lips, his purple mouth suggesting he smoked heavily. "It depends on you, whether he stays that way." "Please don't hurt him." "So that's what it takes to get you to behave." He pinched her chin. "Threaten your lover?" She closed her eyes. Please don't hurt him." We won't if we get what we want." "What are you talking about?" "Cam's a stubborn bastard, so he isn't cooperating, but you will, won't you, Lydia?" He took out a knife with a jagged edge. "Because you love him and would do anything for him. Isn't that right?" "Yes." Her trembling bosom stretched against her blouse as she took a deep breath. "I'll do anything to help Cam." He brought his face closer and sniffed. "You smell like flowers on a spring morning. I love that smell." She clenched the sheet with both hands as he groped her. "Just tell me what this is about." He squinted. "You know." She sighed, plopping her head back on the pillow. "That damn ring." "Theodore's ring," she whispered. "Now there's a smart girl," he cackled. "We know Cam buried the ring in the Casanu jungle." He dragged the knife between her breasts. "You're gonna get it for us." "What?" She jerked upright. "Are you insane? You expect me to go into the jungle and find the ring? I don't know where it is." "Bullshit. You and Cam are so close if he farts, you smell it first." She grimaced. "You're probably the only person he's ever told where it is. Maybe I haven't made myself clear." He pushed the knife into her bosom. "We are not asking." "If you're so big and bad, why can't you go get it yourself?" "Because we weren't the ones who stole it." He settled the tip of the knife on her full lips. "This isn't a game, Lydia. Get the ring, or Cam's dead. If you try to go to the police, your boyfriend will be in a body bag before you can tell them what's going on. He yanked her hair. You hear me? Yes. A calmness came over his eyes. You're an exquisite woman. He groped her thigh through her blue jeans. You're getting me distracted. Let me talk to Cam. She pushed his hand away. Please, I want to make sure he's okay. Cam's a lucky man. He slipped his hand between her thighs. Must be nice to have someone like you in his life. I'll get the ring. She turned her face away as he pressed his forehead against hers. Just go. She closed her eyes, praying with everything in her he'd just walk away. I have to leave so soon? He pushed his slimy mouth to her cheek, the soft fibers of the mask tickling her. We can have some fun. No. Lydia tensed up, every muscle in her body contracting. I could hurt you, but I haven't. He snickered. Don't I deserve a reward for that? Go, she held in tears. Please. What happened to the tough girl from a few minutes ago? He puckered his lips, aiming for a kiss, when a faint buzzing sound erupted from his pants. Shit. He leaned up, snatching the phone from his black jeans. People always call at the wrong time, huh? Lydia exhaled, thanking God they did. Yeah? He yelled into the phone. Shit! He looked at Lydia with a prolonged sigh. All right. I'm on my way. He hung up and jumped off the bed. I gotta go. Lydia raised up against the headboard. Too bad, huh? He stuffed the phone in his back pocket. Had such plans for that mouth, but don't despair, he snickered, heading out of the bedroom. We'll see each other again. He left. Damn you, Cam. Lydia threw more clothes in her stuffed suitcase, talking to herself. Why you always got to get us in these crazy situations? Wish I never met your ass. She zipped the suitcase, immediately regretting what she said, because it wasn't true. Cam was the love of her life. She lived for him, and she died to save him if that's what it took. Her phone rang. Shit. She snatched it from the bed and read the screen. D. Fuck. Lydia took a deep breath, hoping her big sister wouldn't ask too many questions. Hey, D. What? Detective Deidre Quarter shrieked. Wait, do I have the right number? Lydia groaned. Wow, did my little sister actually pick up the phone when I called? There must be a full moon or something. See? Lydia went back to packing. This is why I don't return your calls. Don't want to hear that mouth. Excuse me for being bitchy. Dee smacked her lips, letting Lydia know she wasn't sorry after all. But you've forgotten you got a sister and a brand new niece here in Baltimore. Lydia tingled. Just hearing about her newborn niece made her forget that she'd agreed to put her life in danger by trekking through the jungle. How is Destiny? She's fine. Lydia heard her cooing in the background. Just keeping me up all night as usual, Dee yawned. A new baby's ate and pooped a lot, but I swear that's all this girl does. Let me see her. Lydia switched her phone to video to see little Destiny wriggling in her mother's arms. Aww, Lydia touched her chest. She's so precious. I miss her. She misses you too. Dee snuggled the biracial cutie against her heart. Guess she'll have to get used to missing you since your ass is never around. Stop. How's Winston? Fine. Dee rolled her eyes with her crinkled extensions piled in a heap on her head. Why shouldn't he be? I'm the one doing everything. He laid a towel on her shoulder and got the bottle of milk from the microwave. While he's on vacation. Lydia grinned, gathering her favorite bottle of lotion from the dresser. I doubt Winston would agree that being a detective and working these grueling cases every day is a vacation. I'm so jealous of him, Dee straightened Destiny. You don't understand what it's like to be a cop. I love spending time with my daughter, but I feel like I'm dying a slow death being stuck at the house. I want to be out there with gunslinging and wrangling up killers with flimsy alibis. You'll be back to work before you know it. Lydia put the lotion into a plastic bag with her feminine products. You've gotten married and had a child in one breath. This is your life now, Dee. Sacrifice is part of any relationship. Did you want something? Do I have to want something to call my sister? Dee sat at the kitchen table, sticking the bottle in Destiny's mouth. Look at you, she teased Lydia, making those googly eyes again. Who? Lydia grimaced. Getting all emotional, Dee chuckled. Crying and shit. I'm not crying, Lydia sniffled. I know what you're thinking about. Lydia sat on the bed sighing. I hate it when you try to read my mind. You want kids with Cam, don't you? Dee glared at the screen. You're tired of chasing him all around the globe, huh? I'm not chasing him. You want to settle down and have a family, right? Destiny cooed, reaching her chubby arms toward the screen as if she were trying to hug Lydia. And not to state the obvious, Dee said, but you ain't getting any younger. Excuse me? Lydia sat erect, batting her eyes. Are you calling me old? These are your childbearing years, Lydia. You don't have much time. Of course I want to have kids, but the life Cam and I live, it's not practical. Cam's a good man and he loves you, Dee bounced Destiny, but you've evolved. Cam's evolved. He's changed a lot since we first got together. You're not evolving together, Lydia. You want a family and he wants to keep running around the world like he's 20. He'll never settle down and he only cares about what he wants. That's not true. Cam's the most unselfish man on earth. Really? Dee pursed her lips. If I recall, you wanted to stay in Baltimore with me and Winston, but that went out the window because Cam wanted to go to Costa Rica for what I don't know. Like I said, chasing. He didn't make me come. Lydia scratched her elbow, pouting. I love traveling. Girl, Cam is not traveling, he's running. Are you saying Cam uses traveling as an excuse not to settle down? He's incapable of it. Lydia shook her head. No, you're wrong. Can't keep making excuses, baby girl. Dee burped the baby. What did Dad always say? Lydia sighed. If someone shows you who they are, you better listen. That's right. Daddy would turn over in his grave at how you're letting Cam rule this relationship. You've sacrificed so much for him, Lydia. When's he going to do the same? Dee, this really isn't the time for this. You always say that. This time it really isn't, Lydia continued packing. I appreciate you calling, but I got something to take care of. Wait a minute. Dee stared at her. What's wrong? Nothing. You're acting funny. Are you in trouble or something? I'm fine. Lydia. You worry too much. She faked a chuckle. Nothing's wrong. Dee raised an eyebrow. Where's Cam? Lydia's phone buzzed, alerting her she had another video call. Hold on, Dee. Lydia opened the video and Cam's handsome face appeared. Dee, I gotta go. What? No, don't you hang up this phone, girl. I know something's wrong. Lydia?